And we are here, 5 Pounds of Gunt, AEW Revolution post show. Mere minutes
It's
after.
the revolution, brother.
Oh my god.
This is the new wrestling. This is the face that's gonna destroy WWE there and put McMahon out of business.
It's true. It's
Cool.
true.
McMahon
This is it. McMahon's
is
dead.
pissing his pants in fear. He's pissing his pants
Yeah, he's
in
fucking
fear.
donezo now. It's over for him. Listen, man.
I just
This was shit. This was a lot of shit. Now listen, I know you didn't like the first couple matches. I liked the opening match or so. I liked the first couple of sets of matches there. But man, this show was not good. Just wasn't good, man. Let's not fucking kid ourselves, right? $50,
it was
$50.
50, it was 53 Canadian dollars. 53 Canadian dollars to watch it. And I wasn't gonna order it, but then I thought to myself, I got to be a good wrestling fan there. Wrestling's really struggling; it's dying right now. We got to support these companies there.
Needs all the help we can get, really.
Somebody had told me that it was going to be Batista. I thought that was a spoiler. I didn't double check it, so I was expecting Batista for the surprise announcement, and I was like, okay, it's going to be like bitch tits or whatever there.
It wasn't that fucking racist data on Twitter I saw was saying it was Batista, and I was like, it's not fucking Batista, dude. Like how?
I was fooled. I thought it was like a spoiler that he just shared to be an asshole. So I was expecting Batista, and I was like, "Fuck! It's not Batista. It's Christian. It's nowhere near as big of a
TNA
name.
themed Christian Cage.
It's Christian Cage.
2008 TNA themed Christian Cage, and it's just like, listen, I get it. Christian Cage, if you didn't build this up as like a big signing, this would be a nice surprise, it'd be a good thing to put on your pay-per-view, be like, look at who we got. But you build it up like that, and the payoff.
It's a Hall of Fame legend talent there or something.
Listen,
I don't know why Christian didn't stay in WWE to work with Edge. I don't really get it.
I don't think they wanted him. They didn't fucking want him. The contract wasn't good enough.
Oh yeah, you know what? WWE was right. Fuck him. He's worthless. I'm glad he's in AEW.
None of my friends knew who the fuck he was. None of my single friend of my friends knew who the fuck he was. Okay, he was nobody.
That's tough.
It's tough. It's tough to be Christian Cage in 2021. He's fucking nobody.
Well, he's a rat-faced bastard, and I don't know how much he moves the needle. Really,
he does. This whole fucking show is a complete sham.
But I must say, before we get into the breakdown, we got to apologize to Vince. Vince knows best when he put the belt on The Miz and took it off him with Lashley, making Lashley the WWE champion.
It was
now Drew can win the belt at
Mania. We missed it last Monday. It happened live, and we didn't even pay attention to Raw, which shows how much people watch Raw, unfortunately. But, it was happening live on the show. And, it would have been a base thing to cover. It would have been excellent. Christian was his favorite character in the WWE video games. I think that's what people know him most for. He's a video game character, not an actual real life wrestler.
It was pretty fucked up there, but I ended up buying this pay-per-view. I'll tell you why, because Face Jan Blachowicz destroyed that pussy ass bitch Israel Adesanya, and made me a bunch of money. And Aljamain Sterling won by disqualification, which counted for my TKO disqualification submission bet. Nice. Everybody won. Surfer won on that bet. I won on the Jan bet.
So you made some good money.
It was a good fucking go, and so I had the $50 to throw. So I threw it at it, and it's money that I regret because I think AEW failed. And I wanted the show to be really good. I was in a really generous mood, a really forgiving mood. I was in a mood where I wanted to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I sat there and I watched it, and I kept saying, when is it going to get good? And then the show was over, and it had not become good.
So I thought I liked the I didn't like the Maki Ito thing. I suppose we could go in order, but I thought the first chunk of the show I liked. Once the women's title match happened, it fell into a lull, and then I thought it picked up again towards the end, and it ended up. And I thought it was gonna end great. I was like, up until that very last pyro fuck, I was gonna say it ended great, but that pyro fuck up was so bad, it ended terribly. It's a terrible ending to this show, and it was not good.
So here's where I'm at. I tune in for the buy-in for the very first time with any AEW pay-per-view. I watch the buy-in and I see like the video package of the Young Bucks and Jericho, and it just pissed me off so much that the Young Bucks referred to it as a pro wrestling feud. This could have been like any other pro wrestling feud, but they made it personal. And I just don't like how the Young Bucks always have to be like referring to that it's fake and like using the lingo, and it's just really cringe when they do it.
Yeah.
Like I think some people can shoot, but they can't shoot. It comes across really cringy. That put me in a fucking sour mood for their fucking match against Jericho and fucking and MJF.
Yeah.
And I got this fucking women's tag match on the fucking buy-in.
Yeah, bro.
And
you got your Japanese. You got this Japanese idol girl wrestler. You got your based women, bro. It's time. We're gonna save wrestling forever with women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling is the biggest fucking thing going, GAHOOLE.
It's what's
the best.
Listen, it's the number one draw for WWE. The number one draw for WWE is jacking off to Alexa Bliss. Is that Surfer? Is that fucking Surfer right here?
It was Surfer.
Is that my nigga Surfer? What's he do?
That's your nigga Surfer up in this bitch.
What's fucking Surfer up to?
Oh fuck. But yeah, it was. Oh fuck. There's not a chair in here.
Oh, you're fucked.
Shit. Yeah, bring me a chair, man. Surfer's gonna bring me a chair.
Based.
But yeah, we had Maki Ito appear, the Japanese idol woman or whatever.
It's time. It's time to save women's wrestling is saved in AEW. Thanks to her.
Vader was unironically marking out on Twitter. Like Shannon was fired up about this chick. Shannon was so fired up. He's like, AEW does everything right, and they've listened to me. They brought in Maki Ito. Wrestling is saved. That was the Shannon take. But the reality of it was an embarrassment to wrestling. This J-pop fucking Japanese schoolgirl. Riho was there. It was shit.
It kept going, bro. This is just the beginning, but we're not even ready. We're not even at the main show. This fucking women's match. It's like, oh, we're gonna save women's wrestling by putting a person with a crazy schoolgirl doing dances, and she can't sing. She comes in. I've heard her sing in Japan. She can sing fine, but she comes in and she fucking is completely out of tune. It's Surfer. It's Surfer. It's Surfer. I know it is. It's Surfer. Hey, Surfer.
Oh, fuck. Caught the cape and the snowboard goggles again.
Oh yeah, bro, it's King GAHOOLE. Macho King GAHOOLE is back to talk about his tranny sister again with you.
No.
What's up? Watch out for the tranny sisters.
We're not watching. We're here to watch the great wrestling. Surfer, did you watch the AEW pay-per-view with PPP? Were you watching it?
I was working all day. I was fucking wrangling Australians.
Oh yeah. Good. That's fucking good.
When Australians say they're busy, do you know what they say?
What?
They say, "I'm flat out, mate." They say flat out.
I'm flat out, mate.
Australia.
Why? What does it mean?
I don't know. I couldn't watch the wrestling because I was flat out.
He wouldn't want to watch the fucking wrestling anyway.
I was flat out, buddy.
Maybe I'll show you the amazing exploding barbed wire death rope match, buddy. Match that saved pro wrestling.
It's over. Wrestling is saved now.
I gotta go cook the mushrooms. So you guys enjoy your show.
Will do, man.
Right, so I was in a sour mood from this fucking Riho match and the Young Bucks doing their retarded promo on the couch. And if I had not watched the buy-in, I may not have been as frustrated early on in the pay-per-view. But I was like, I counted off and be like, okay, one match is bad, so it's time for the fucking opening match. It's the Young Bucks against Jericho and fucking MJF. I don't know. The match seemed to me very sloppy. Like, I felt there were a couple botches in the match. The one spot where he went to do a flip and then Jericho had to counter it into the walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
Because he missed it. the match seemed to go on for like, I think it was like 25-minute segment. It's like a half hour of the show. Just near fall after near fall after near fall, like the entire way through, to the point where it just wasn't coherent, I thought.
Yeah.
Match, like, I wanted to get into this match a little bit there for Jericho and MJF. I was pulling for them, but I knew quite well they weren't going to fucking win. They no-sell the fucking baseball bat spot. Fucking kick out of that.
Yeah, they no-sell the bat. You know, there's some other bullshit. And then, you know, the whole point of this storyline is to break.
The finish.
It's to start a fucking MJF. It's started fucking MJF or Jericho and Sammy Guevara feud. That's the whole point of this entire storyline. And Sammy Guevara didn't do jack shit this match. He didn't come in. He didn't run in. There was nothing. No storyline advancement. They just lost. There was not even. They didn't even like try and cheat. They just lost.
Oh, I mean, Guevara is going to be doing nothing because it's going to be MJF versus Jericho because they're doing the War Council.
Yeah.
So is Sammy going to come in with Chris now and fight MJF and the others? I don't know. I don't know. Sammy seems a little bit left out of it. The Young Bucks fucking do a Meltzer driver for the finish. I think just to fucking piss everyone off. And they do that fucking super kick party spot that I couldn't stand because like, I remember when Shawn Michaels used it as his finish and nobody really would get up from it.
Yeah.
It was a cool move. I liked the Sweet Chin music a lot, actually. It just landed about 20 of them on a dude who didn't ever leave his feet. Oh, I mean, the guy should be fucking completely unconscious and dead, and the match didn't end then. Match should end. They fucking killed him. They landed 20
to be fair, people, they've been doing that spot for like a fucking decade now. You know, like, I get it. I don't even want to say you're wrong, but the time to get mad about it has passed. It's too late. Frankly, like, this has been that's not what's to get mad about in this match. What's to get mad about is like the ridiculous storytelling and the fucking retarded ass, you know, no selling and botching of spots. The super kick party, that's what you're mad about in this shit? That they no sell the super kick? Oh, they no-sell the DDT! Jake the Snake, they're killing Jake the Snake by no-selling the DDT! The move's been dead!
I don't know, man.
Jey Uso does 1,000 super kicks on the main event of SmackDown every fucking week. This is not something... The ship's been sailed!
It's not even that it's been devalued on the super... It's like you land 20 of them in one fucking second and the match doesn't end? I don't know.
It's not a finisher. The reality of it hasn't been a finisher in like a decade plus.
To the head. Like, in real life, if you get kicked in the head 20 fucking times, you're going to die.
I
don't know.
I agree. There's tons of things in wrestling that you did. If you got punched in the face in real life, you would fall on your fucking ass and get knocked out. So, but you get punched in the face like a dozen times.
Not necessarily.
Yes!
Like, people watch, in UFC, people get, like, punched in the face. When
That's
you get kicked in the head, it's substantially different. I mean, pro wrestlers are supposed to be real fight. I don't know. Pro wrestlers are supposed to at least present some aspect that what you're watching you can suspend your disbelief on. But the Young Bucks don't do any of that. I don't know.
I don't even disagree with what you're saying, but the specifically to get hung up on the super kicks, like the super kick as a move has been devalued for literally a decade.
It was just egregious to me. I just couldn't handle it tonight. I don't know what it was.
It's like
this
is something that's been happening. They do this exact spot for a decade. They did this shit in TNA as Generation Me. I mean,
they sucked then and they suck now.
And fucking Jey Uso does this, basically the exact same thing, you know, on fucking SmackDown. It's something that people do now. It's a devalued move. I agree, it's stupid to devalue moves, but it's been devalued.
Jey Uso doesn't hit 20 of them within a 10-second span on a fucking dude. I was like, in a 10-second span, he ate 20 fucking kicks. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know. I get it. But like,
it just felt like the match was long for me. It's just too long.
It was.
That's the main criticism. Really, is it's just too long, and I felt like fuck. It was kind of inevitable that the Bucks were going to win. You know, so I just. What did we have? Fucking. The tag team. Oh shit.
Oh, first of all, JR was sick. JR was sick the whole night. They should send the fucking dude home. This is bullshit. Don't make him. There's plenty of good. The commentary team doesn't need
This
JR.
is why I was upset too. Like, I just couldn't believe that they were forcing this guy to work sick in the pandemic, which is just like, for what their company is supposed to be, like the super liberal, like safe space and shit like this. Why is a guy working sick during the pandemic? I'm sure somebody is going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And also, his voice sounds like shit.
And
it was awful.
Let me make this clear. You know what I don't think they made him work. I think he wanted to work, and they were too afraid to say no. None of the people there had enough balls to say to JR, "Hey, you're sick. Go the fuck home." Nobody had the balls to tell him that. JR was working because he wanted to work. You don't think they fucking forced him to do jack shit? This is the problem with their entire company is they don't say no to the talent. They never say no to the talent. Ever.
But how can JR think that it's a good idea for him to go out there like that?
He's 70. He
seemed miserable. And he seemed miserable out there. He seemed pissed off half the time. Like, he was half the time burying, I felt, the product because he was like upset that he was sick. At times I felt like he was like aggravated or something. Like he woke up wrong that day. I guess he had because he was fucking sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like he was out of it. Like he had like a different reaction to stuff. At one point, he talked about pronouns. Like you shouldn't use pronouns to refer to people or something because he used they. Like Shivani used the word they. Did you pick up on that, or was that just me?
I think that was just you. I didn't hear that at all.
I did. I couldn't. I was like, what? Why is JR telling somebody about pronouns? Maybe somebody in the back has told JR to be more woke with his pronoun usage. I don't know what's going on.
You're making a mistake here. You forgot. JR was just flat out. That's all it was. He was just flat out, bro. He was just flat out.
You know, but that was, I don't know. I think the reason that I wasn't happy, I think, with the first couple matches has a lot to do with JR being sick on commentary because in order to pick up the slack, Excalibur had to talk more. I don't really like Excalibur, and Shivani can't really carry it either. And I wish that they had sent Big Show out or something at this point.
Yeah.
Or Taz the whole show. Somebody they could bring in another commentator. It's not as though there's not a lot on hand.
Put Don Callison. He's there at the show, make him work for his fucking paycheck.
Yes. Yes, put Don in. You're fucking right on the money there. I don't know what it was, but that was distracting from the whole show. Yeah. And it made it feel like cheaper. I don't know.
Well, whatever. We got a whole show to get through, and I got to go to work tomorrow. So let's fucking cut the shit. Let's get through this bullshit. Ray Phoenix
Battle Royale.
They came to your demands, PPP. They gave in. The Monkey's Paw was cast, and they gave you a Royal Rumble style match. They did it for you. The finger curl that I got Maki Ito, and you got the Monkey's Paw of the Battle Royal beat
the Royal Rumble style.
And it was so long, and there were so many jobber teams, and it fucking only picked up really when Death Triangle came in. Now, I actually like this match. You're gonna be pissed at me for saying this. The ending spots were fucking good. The fucking putting Ray Phoenix over was good. But even I can admit it was too fucking long. It was way too long.
Oh my God.
15 teams.
Finish is good. The stuff with Phoenix and Jungle Boy was good. I will give you that.
That
was the salvage. But
I thought even the stuff before that, the part where it was just the four. Once Phoenix and Pac were in, I think from there on, I thought the match was good. Before that, total jobber match went on forever.
If the way Evil Uno eliminates himself,
Yeah.
Marco Stunt comes in, does the Hurricane Rana off, and like totally misses the Hurricane Rana. The guy doesn't move at all with the Hurricane Rana. Realizes it's botched, so he just runs full steam ahead into a steel fucking pole and bangs his head. Holy fuck, Uno just has no idea what he's doing. How long has Uno been wrestling? Like shit, I don't know.
A long
and
time.
Marco shouldn't even be fucking in there. Can't Uno improvise something better than that? Like fake losing his balance at the point of contact? No, or anything would have been better than fucking running full bore into the fucking pole.
So here's the thing. People were saying this the whole night. This should have been on the pre-show. The whole pay-per-view. They should have put this instead of all the video packs in the pre-show. They should have put this on the pre-show with the women's match. Have 2 pre-show matches, this and the other thing, and the women's match. And then the actual card would be about a half hour shorter. It would be a lot better. That would have been better. I agree. But as it stands, they didn't do that. So it's fucking too long for a main pay-per-view. Too many of these teams are jobbers. And it was great to see Ray Phoenix win, and that fucking last check segment was great, but, fuck it.
Too many of them are the Dark Order also. There's like fucking 6 Dark Order dudes in there.
Yeah.
At one fucking time. I don't know. I thought this match was really sloppy. There were a lot of fucking botches in this fucking match.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know. Like, you make it this Royal Rumble style so you can out the spots a bit better, and
I forgot about this. See, here's the deal. I don't get too mad at botches myself personally because it's accidents, it's mistakes, shit happens. I get it. You should be more professional, yes, but there's a level where it's like, whatever, mistakes happen. There's a difference between a botch and something going exactly as planned and it's sucking ass. And QT Marshall eliminating himself for no reason.
God. Oh my god.
That went exactly as planned. There was no botch. There was no bullshit. That happened exactly as they written it down. And it was stupid. It was so dumb. The dumbest thing on this entire card, almost as bad as the fucking main event botch. This pissed me the fuck off. You literally eliminate your friend so you can say, listen, we're going to win this match. And then you eliminate yourself because you get pissy at your partner? Why? This is stupid.
I don't know, like it was like a super compressed story where it's like QT Marshall sees an opportunity to eliminate these guys. He eliminates these guys. I didn't even realize they were in the Nightmare family, so it wasn't readily apparent to me what had happened.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, but he eliminated members of the Nightmare family, and Dustin's pissed off. So then, like, Dustin looks at him like he's pissed off. And he's like, well, we got to win this match. And Dustin's like, no, man. So then he's like, well, fuck you then. If you're not going to be with me, I'm out of here. And he eliminates himself from the match. My big thing with this is who gave QT Marshall permission to be a character or have any agency? Like, QT Marshall isn't a character on this show. He's not a real... He's like an NPC.
And
he's a jobber mannequin.
I have to say this. Even as a jobber mannequin, there's a limit to the stupidity of this shit. Even if you are the biggest, like, oh, I don't like my partner, you can still win the match and get a title shot. You are still within grasp. You are within inches of getting a title shot if you just don't eliminate yourself. So you'll purposely make yourself lose.
Why are we writing a story for QT Marshall? Why?
I get that. You're right, too. You are right 100% PPP. That is 100% correct. Why are you writing a story for QT Marshall? But also, we are writing one. Let's make it the dumbest one possible. Let's just fucking fuck it up. Let's just say fuck it. I don't care about QT Marshall. I'm okay with him being the absolute biggest retard on the planet. But this kills every fucking thing about wrestling. If you can just say, I quit, I'm gonna lose. It's like, why are people just giving up halfway through matches then? Why don't people just lay down for people and say, I'm tired of fighting, I'm just gonna lay down. I'm too tired to get back up. I don't feel like it. I don't think this really matters. Even for a title shot! Why John Moxley in the middle of the main event just go, this is too fucking much. I'm done.
It was a big deal for QT. He was angry.
He wanted to win this match so much he would eliminate his friends. And then he just eliminated himself because he got kind of annoyed at his partner. This is so retarded. This is not a bot.
Partner was passing moral judgment.
This is not a bot.
Was passing moral judgment.
This is not a botch.
I don't know. It was a booking botch. This whole show was an abortion, basically. Because this match, to me, honestly, aside from the finish, is like an abortion. Like, it was fucking terrible. I don't know. Like,
no, the ending
Battle Royals.
The ending I thought was pretty good, and I can't say because the action was so good with the ending because Ray Phoenix is great. So I thought the ending was great, but most of the match, not great, and that part really pissed me off. It was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Let's move on. Interview with Paul White.
Oh, fuck. I mean, Big Show had a fucking promo here. Big Show said somebody you can't outwork, so, some people might have thought it was
Hauser, DDP, and Al Snow from OVW. So I guess they're bringing OVW back. So, okay.
Then we went into the Women's World title match,
Wait, hold up. In the crowd, it was Richard Jewell. Richard Jewell was in the crowd, bro. The fucking actor who played the Richard Jewell is in the crowd, bro.
I mean, will he ever have another role outside of Richard Jewell?
He was in Cobra Kai.
Was he? Jesus.
He was Stingray, yeah.
Oh. Is that in the third season that I haven't watched yet?
He's in the second season.
Oh, he's fucking
fat ass.
He's one of like Johnny's drinking. Oh fuck. Okay.
He's the Redditor.
All right. Yeah. All right, there.
Moving on. Oh, Al Snow's in the audience. Al Snow, head.
Well, these are the sort of big stars that AEW has watching. I mean, you never know who might be there. Next week, it might be Marty Jannetty.
Honestly, I'd mark out.
Might be Virgil.
I'd mark out for Jannetty. I would mark out for Jannetty and Virgil. That's the country they need to get back.
Well, it's better than what they have. Even I guess that's how sad it is.
Jannetty's a fucking legend, bro.
You mark out.
We're
at the point of desperation where we're going to mark out for Virgil and Marty Jannetty. I marked out
for Virgil. When Virgil showed up in Chris Jericho 2 years ago, I fucking marked the fuck out. That was badass.
Oh,
hates Virgil.
Bring New Jack.
What?
At that point, Miz will bring out New Jack.
Dude, bring out New Jack. Yes! I know who he is.
Yeah, well, that's where we're at, I guess.
Women's championship match. Women's championship match. I listened.
Okay, so they tell this anime story, like this anime story at the beginning. Oh, I know the respect you, Hikaru-san. In 100 years, you'll never defeat me, Hikaru-san.
Oh, 100 years, you'll never beat me, Hikaru. Hikaru-shita-san.
And it's like, we've had 3 matches, all draws, and now one of us must win. And it's like this story that like has just been concocted right now. Yeah, but they just came up with this story like out of their fucking pulled it right out of their ass.
You will be Rosa Rina-san. I will defeat you.
I will defeat you.
I didn't watch this. I took a piss.
You know what? I watched it. And you know. The last my AEW review, I failed to mention this because I blocked it out of my mind. It was apparent to me tonight. This fucking Ryu bitch, she does like this miming where she's like miming grabbing a rope and like pulling it towards her.
Yeah.
This like cheap dollar store mime routine. What the fuck is it? I don't know. Match is fucking just retardedly long. Match is just retardedly slow and I don't give a fuck about this anime battle. I don't know. Hikaru won predictably.
Yeah. And then afterwards, who should come out but Nyla Rose to continue the feud of the decade? To continue the feud.
Then it's like this big clusterfuck. Like, who the fuck was out there? It was Nyla. Vicky Guerrero was out there. Who else came out?
Britt Baker, Maki, Ito, and then Reba.
Reba was out there, yeah.
And then fucking what's her face? Then Thunder Rosa came out and helped.
I don't know. Fuck, Gator was marking out big time for this segment. Gator was Shannon. Honestly, he was coming all over his broomstick.
So,
Shannon.
Okay, so I know Shannon. I don't actually know who the fuck this guy is. I just know his name. I never watched a single episode of the Ralph Tour. I'm sure you know this. I've never watched a single episode of the Kill Stream in full. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Never watched a single episode. I've seen clips. I've had to endure waiting for it to end. But so Shannon Gaines.
You know what Excalibur looks like. You know what Excalibur looks like, right? On AEW.
He's got a mask on, yeah.
So envision that, but 400 pounds. The mask is green and yellow. He's got like that same beard, but he's also like cross-eyed and never showers.
Okay,
and he believes that he is the eternal eldest fat.
I know. I've seen the gifs of him taking the mask off. I know his face. I know what he looks like. I get that. Don't know who the fuck he is. What the fuck does he do? What is he famous for?
He is famous for being the very first man to have a 4chan. It is famous for being the first man to have a Twitter
epic
account.
Old bag. I get the memes. I get the epic old bag memes. But why is he associated with? What does he do on Ralph's show? Like, is
he is He is Ethan Ralph's manservant and audio technician who pretends to be Mr. Medicare on the show. So he pretends and talks like he's Mr. Medicare. He gives an ice cold take, and he makes sure that the sound is correct on the show. And he also hits the soundboard.
The
soundboard, Gator. He fucking will hit the soundboard. Gator, make him laugh. Hit the soundboard, Gator. That's what he does. And he was like marking out about Maki Ito. Like you could smell him from fucking here.
Well,
he was getting real sexually excited about the J-pop.
Tell Shannon. You can tell Shannon this, anyone who's watching this, that GAHOOLE, Patrick Nelson from St. Cloud, Minnesota, he's a brother in arms. I've renounced the incel ways, and now I am a fan of the female wrestling. And we will be fans of female wrestling together, Shannon Gaines. You and I, we will save wrestling. Hit me up, DM me, and I will...
Day by day, the eldest fag is converting every incel to waifuism. And Maki Ito is the latest move in his arsenal, the latest in the oeuvre of Shannon to convince the incel. And I'm telling you, he's winning, folks. Pretty soon, every incel is going to be repping a Japanese women's wrestler as their favorite.
Speaking of incels, I just got to say this aside. I know people don't give a shit about this. We got to get through this show, but I got to do a little something here. Do you hear what they're doing with the IWGP title? You hear what they're doing with it?
What are they doing? Are they?
Bushi got the
not going to let men who don't have sex have it?
Well, that's whatever. So Bushi has both belts. He's got the IC and the heavyweight title, right?
Yeah.
They're going to merge them into one belt. The IWGP World Heavyweight.
So there's no U.S.
There's no Intercontinental title anymore, and they're also resetting the title legacy on the heavyweight belt. They're ending both belts and making a new belt.
So, like, the one thing that these fans of New Japan really care about is the autistic retarded lore, and they're going to fuck with it.
Yeah.
I personally don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
I'm sure for people who have followed that's very disappointing.
It sucks. And listen, I know you don't care, but I care a little bit. Because, when you watch the show, they come up and they've got all the photos of all the previous champions. They all just, cycle through. It's all these, legends, these greats of the industry. And it's you see fucking Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar and fucking Antonio Inoki and all these fucking guys. And it's oh my God, this is, the biggest thing ever. And now there's only Kota Ibushi. It's just Ibushi.
That's just the past. The future is Ibushi.
Ibushi's
future
50.
is Ibushi.
Ibushi's 45.
Can't live in the past. We can't live in the past much longer. Well, surely Ibushi will lead us into a bright new tomorrow in New Japan. He deserves to be the first IWGP champion. Fuck whoever it was, Inoki or whatever. It should be this guy.
Yeah, it's badass.
God bless New Japan for pissing in the mouths of all of their retarded fans.
Just all of their fans. All of their fans.
Well, it's a good day for the E-Chads. E-Chads rise up.
E-Chads beat New Japan BTFO. AEW. Do I want Bailey to be... Oh, we got SMG in the chat. Still talking about fucking Bailey. Listen, bro.
Well, the greatest wrestler who ever lived. I mean, Bailey has the nicest, tightest ass of anyone I've ever seen.
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna beat every defender of Bailey to death. I hate Bailey. I hate Stone Mexican guy. You want to fight me, SMG? SMG. You want to push me to my limits? I'm at my limit.
Bailey's a hugger. Bailey's a hugger, bro.
I'm gonna take you down. I'm gonna take this belt and I'm gonna whip you with it, SMG. I'm gonna whip you like a fucking wetback you are, the donkey you are. I'm gonna whip you back across the border, back to Puerto Rico. I'm gonna whip you across the entire ocean. Okay, let's move
on. Okay, so then it was Chip Sabian and Miro against Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy.
I thought the start of this was pretty cool. No, they fucking Miro looked pretty fucking sweet. He immediately fucking beat him up, got him up like this, start my music, and he just dragged Charles out and fucking started beating him up. And then they had a match and it sucked. And the finish was good, but the beginning and the end were good. The middle was bad because Kip is not a good wrestler. He can get no heat. He's not fucking fun to watch. Whenever he's in, it's death. It's boring. He needs to go away. He's hurting Miro. He's hurting the entire company. I think Penelope is the
this
better
match
talent of the
solved
act.
a lot of it.
Honestly, I'm not.
So, I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh shit! I'll tell you this. I mean, the match. I thought I was excited to actually see this match. I thought it might be like a hot blow off to the feud or whatever. I kind of anticipated Cassidy and Charles winning. Actually, I thought might happen, but they went in a different direction with it, where it was more like about the story of like Miro is breaking out on his own, is going to be leaving Kip soon. He pushes Kip into his wife. And doesn't give a fuck and just wins the match. He looked like a monster.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna rehabilitate Miro and fix him. But that being said, the match was very disappointing, and this was a match I had high hopes for. Because I was starting to get into this program. I guess they're gonna kill off this program that they've invested all this time into to do Miro and Kip, I guess, or something. Probably be it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad Miro is going to be getting away from Kip. That's the main takeaway that's positive.
I think, you say they invest a lot of time in, but it might also be a sunken cost thing because I don't think they're getting much out of the feud, even though they put more time into it. So maybe just the best thing to cut it off now and move on. There's no point continuing this feud if there's not really any heat. I think there's been a couple of good segments on this, but a lot of this has been a pretty dull build and a pretty dull stuff. And listen, here's my thing with Kip Sabian, okay? Penelope is the talent of that duo. I don't say that lightly because I really don't like women's wrestlers, but of the two, she's clearly the more talented performer by far. Kip should be her manager and she should be the one wrestling. And I hate to say that, but the women's division is wide open.
I don't think Kip should have a job. I think Kip is the least. He's the least talented of his group, but he's positioned as the leading man of the group.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense. The only reason I started to get invested even a little bit in this retarded crap was Miro, eating the paper and spitting it out and fucking cutting that promo. And he was cutting some good promos and he was getting intense again.
Mm-hmm.
And that was getting me into it. So I'm actually glad that they continued that. Miro's picked up some momentum. Let's see if they can salvage Miro. So far as fucking Kip Sabian, cut this fucking guy and just have Penelope in the women's division.
You know what? He can be, if he wants to be a manager for Penelope, that's fine. Give the guy a smaller paycheck, make him a manager. Don't have him wrestle much. Make his feuds be like he interferes with women's matches. That's a totally fine act to pull off. But I think Penelope's a good enough talent. She's hot, got big tits. She's a good wrestler. Good enough. She's got some decent moves. So I would say keep her. Don't do anything with Kip again. He needs to be fucking gone. Or maybe get a full remake of his character. But fuck me.
Fuck him. Fuck him. There's 50 people like him that they can get from TNA even, for fuck's sake. What makes him special? There's nothing about him that's special. He fucking sucks.
What's special about him is his connection. Yeah. He's got a hot wife who's a good wrestler, and he's friends with Miro on fucking Twitch. That's how his only thing is he's being propped up. And if it was positioned like he was a slimy dirtbag who's just clawing onto these guys for attention and power, that would be one thing. And I could get behind that guy getting beaten up. But he's just a fucking boring, bland, milquetoast nothing.
His promos are shit. Everything, his character work shit. Fuck him.
Be gone!
I was disappointed with this. I thought it might be better. I get into another match that I had high hopes for.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have.
You had high hopes for Paige versus Matt Hardy?
Oh, I at least thought there might be something that happens with the gimmick. And I was hoping they would keep it short and just have Hangman beat the shit out of him.
No.
And I was just...
Matt Hardy is... I think even in my friend groups agreed that Matt Hardy's not a good wrestler anymore. He was barely ever a great wrestler. Maybe he was okay back in his heyday. He's not a good wrestler. He was a good character. He had a good character work. Now he has bad character work and mediocre wrestling. He's a go-away thing. He's a go-away act. And he needs to stop. He needs to rethink what he's fucking doing. Because his only thing that was keeping him going, the only thing that reinvigorated his career was his character. Not his wrestling ability, not his fucking, realistic promos or something. So this shit is a fucking disaster. He's not doing good.
It's time for him to retire. I don't even know what this character is. I mean, he still talks sometimes like he's the woken or broken or whatever the fuck version of Matt with his words. He's not serious. He's not super over the top anymore. But he's still like a comedic character.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. This big money character. I was hoping he would just be totally humiliated and blown out in like less than 5 minutes by Hangman, and then they would do a big, and they would milk the gimmick for like maybe another 3-4 minutes. But there was nothing after the match. The whole time I'm like, well, what's going to happen when Buddy wins the match? What's the payoff of this going to be? It went on for like 15 or 20 minutes or something out fucking rageous. Just the drizzling shits, really. Matt Hardy fucking sucks. He sucks shit through a straw. It's time to give it up, old man. And the fact is, these AEW fans talk about old fucking guys, but they're just as bad as WWE now.
I think they're worse now.
They're just as bad.
They're worse now.
Actually are worse. I don't even know how you do that.
WWE actually improved in this respect. Like, there's not many old people even in WWE right now. There's Edge, right? Edge is in the main event WrestleMania, but like, there are other ones that be Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley, which was like a TNA main event, 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. But those are two people I would not say are old guys. Those are fucking prime of their career guys. They took AJ. AJ's not even that old, and they're taking him out in the main event because he's too old already. There's no fucking legends around. Brock's gone. Cena's gone. They're not bringing Rock back. Like, they don't have any old talent. It's all just their current talent, which I think is actually hurting them because their current talent is some fucking dog shit mostly. Besides Roman and Lashley and McIntyre, what the fuck do they have? But you know what? They've got 3 guys now. They've got Roman, Lashley, and McIntyre, who are all 3 great acts, right? And frankly, that's more than enough. I mean, Edge is a mediocre act, I think, but he's a good opponent for Roman. So they've got fucking 2 good main events for their show.
What they actually have is one guy who every time he's on TV, you watch him and it's a good segment, and that's Roman Reigns. And I don't know any wrestling company that has somebody at his level right now. And I think that ultimately Vince was totally vindicated to have pushed Roman. And it's the fans, in fact, who were wrong. Fans were wrong.
We've said this for months, but you know what? It's not just Roman. Because guess what? The Lashley MVP duo act, Hurt Business, every time they're on TV.
Lashley's good. Yeah. McIntyre, I think it's like a progressive step down from like Roman and Lashley. Yeah.
But the thing is, every segment of Lashley with MVP with the Hurt Business, they've been great for months. They just haven't been in the main event, and now they are. And it's like, they're still great. It's a good segment. Let's move on. I don't want to defend the Fed too much because they still got too much fucking women shit. It's disgusting. Just disgusting.
Don't worry, brother. I'm sure Disney will get rid of it when they buy the company.
Well, it's gonna be NBC. It's gonna be the Peacock, bro. The Peacock.
Peacock. Oh. No matter what happens, it's probably wrestling is dying.
Do we want?
So after this fucking match, my soul left my body, and we did the ladder match.
This was stupid. I'm sorry. I like ladder matches. This is a bad ladder match, I thought. Ethan Page is a good wrestler. Not a great wrestler for a ladder match. It's not what he excels at. He's not a super crazy high flyer. It's a cool debut. He'll be a good asset to the company. He's a good wrestler, but they get the Sonic ring. It's the Sonic, the ring.
Yeah, they literally have the Sonic the Hedgehog power ring. A fucking like 3-foot version of it. The gold power ring hanging above the ring. They call it the brass ring. They call it the brass ring, and they say you have to grab the brass. This whole thing is like some rib on Vince. Like, they're going to blow Vince out because he tells people to reach for the brass ring. And then they all get like fucked over because there is no brass ring. It's so meta, and it's so fucking retarded. And the look of it was just shamefully bad.
It's a gold Sonic ring. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. They should have put the Chaos Emeralds up there instead. Grab the Chaos and put out like 6 of them in each corner. You have to grab all 6 of them. And you have to steal from the other people. Oh, I got it better. Everyone has a Chaos Emerald strapped to their chest. They just steal it from them after you beat them down. You have the Chaos. Cody, I have collected all the Chaos Emeralds, and now I've become Super Scorpio Sky.
I barely paid attention to the ladder match, to be honest. I was pretty fucking bored. I was pretty bored.
Lance. I thought Lance looked the best out of the match. And I think
When
Scorpio
Lance
Sky.
Archer is the highlight of your ladder match, I mean, what the fuck is that? Lance Archer
Pentagon
should
in
not.
it. I mean, Pentagon wasn't that great, and he was just kind of there. And you know what the thing is with Scorpio Sky? You know, his character sucks. You know, his entire thing, he's a babyface who brags, and he's like a worse version of the Young Bucks. He's a babyface who brags and talks about how fucking great he is all the time. And it just doesn't work. He comes off as a fucking cocky asshole who's like a fucking complete asswipe. He has a podcast with Rooster Teeth. He has a podcast with Rooster Teeth. Yeah, that's the level we're talking about. This is why I don't fucking like the guy. He's playing fucking with the Ruby guys going, oh, I'm fucking podcasting with Rooster Teeth. It's like, fuck you. I hate you.
I don't even know that about him because I don't care about him at all. I mean, they put him in a world title.
I just see it. They
put him in a world title match. Like, fuck, I think it was last year they had him in a world title match on TV. And I was surprised. I was like, why even bother? But I guess they had to give Jericho somebody to beat at that time. But they seem to have some sort of belief in him. They have him win this ladder match. He's not going to beat Darby on Wednesday, though, surely to God, right? Like,
hope to fuck God not. Because
I don't know.
No, this is
maybe Darby will have to surrender the belt to him, and this guy will turn heel or something. I don't know. Maybe Darby won't be able to compete after going through the fucking spot. And but that's getting ahead of ourselves. But this match, I don't know.
It's Surfer again.
I didn't. Surfer, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, I'm here. These dinners are yummy. Bring you a plate.
Yeah, sure, that'd be good, man.
We'll wrap up here soon, Surfer. Don't worry. Don't want to be mean to you. You gotta go eat. Let's let this shit on the road, bro. Okay, let's get this fucking rolling.
All right. Well, we'll get through this fucking show.
Because we talk about Shaq too. I want to talk about Shaq quick too before we go sign off.
All right. Well, that's no big deal. So then Christian was announced.
And it was like who is it? Who could it be? It was the countdown, and then I heard the theme. I heard the TNA Christian Cage. Oh my god! It was like it's TNA. It's literally his TNA theme, and it's fucking hilarious. Like it's just so. I can't believe it.
Like it's feeling. Is this feeling not more and more like TNA by the day? You see Bischoff appearing, Christian Cage.
Yeah, but TNA was more fun. Like TNA didn't have these shitty women's matches, and they had hot babes. You know, they had the hot babes in the cages. You know, they had the crazy shit happening. Like
they had way better women's wrestling. Yeah. I mean, you go back and you look at those impacts in like 2010. Even they were actually entertaining compared to the stuff today. I don't know what to say. It's fucking getting really pitiful in TNA that or Impact or not Impact, not TNA, but AEW. We're resorting to Christian Cage in 2021. I mean, fuck.
Now listen,
I thought it was. Yeah, go ahead.
I think if this was just a debut, if this was just a surprise or something, or like a minor, if they didn't build it up as big as they did, I would be totally fine with Christian Cage coming in. I actually like Christian. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's actually a very good get. I think you can get some hardcore fans with him and some casuals. But after the build up, this is a fucking letdown. Total letdown. He's not a Hall of Fame caliber talent. You know, he's just he's a guy. You know, he's not this big of a deal. Maybe they can make him a big deal, but it's just fucking ridiculous.
Some people really, really, really like Christian, and I don't really know why. Really?
Yeah.
You know, like he had a good match with Randy Orton in 2011.
His run as TNA World Champion was good. It was good.
I guess, but that's I don't know. People are really into him. Some people are, but I don't think. So then we had the street fight, and I woke up during the street fight. The street fight was leagues above an entertainment value anything that had occurred on the show until that point.
Yeah.
My problem was the commentary. I didn't like that it was like a cinematic style match with the different camera angles. There were still commentators calling it. There was something to it that was like off. I don't know if you felt the same way, but it felt a little off.
me and my friends were saying the exact same thing during the show. Actually, we're saying when this was happening live, the commentary was completely unnecessary. I don't often say this because I think just having Dead Arrow be bad. But the weird thing is they had like music tracks during this, and like they had like good background music too. Like there was some good pacing and timing on the music. If they had just turned that up and turned the commentary basically off, probably would have preferred it because like there was Taz cracking jokes and stuff, and didn't fit the tone of the match at all.
No, like the match
would
itself, if it was just presented as it was, I think would have been good.
I actually think it was. I think it's one of the better cinematic matches. I think people are sick of these, by the way. I think from the general consensus I can see that they're sick of these cinematic matches. I'm actually not. I'm a huge fan of them. I think they can keep going with them, but I get why people don't like them. And of the ones I've seen, I'd say it's ranking in the top 5, if not the top 3 of the ones I've seen. It wasn't as good as Boneyard or what's it called? Fuck.
Firefly Funhouse?
No, the other one, the first AEW one,
the one in the football stadium.
Stadium Stampede match.
Stadium Stampede.
I thought Stadium Stampede and Bone. I don't know. I think maybe I like Firefly better than Boneyard. I think it's up there with those 4. You know, I think it's equal to Boneyard, if not quite as good as Stadium Stampede or Firefly.
Well, it's better than it's better than Strowman and Wyatt. It's better than in the swamp fight. It's better than the fucking Street Profits and the Vikings or whatever, the Viking Raiders.
It was way better than the Elite Deletion. If we're going back to AEW, let's shit on them too. You know, they made that fucking terrible one. This one I thought was actually quite good. I thought the fucking pacing was excellent, and I thought the look and the feel of it was super unique. I thought it looked like a fucking grungy emo video. You know, it's very clear probably Darby directed a good chunk of it. You know, because that's what he fucking does with his video. So, you know what? And Sting, the wrestling, the action was fun. You know, there was a lot of cool fucking crazy spots. Sting looked good, because obviously you can make him look good. I was actually a big fan of this. I'm not going to deny that I didn't like it, because I like this a lot.
I did like it. Aside. I thought the commentary was the biggest problem. I thought the guys in the Sting masks were kind of stupid. I thought a little bit. I didn't really like that. Other than that, it was all right.
I forgot to
all sorts of interference throughout.
I forgot to mention during the ladder match intro, the rapper guy said he's got blood on his hands like Governor Cuomo.
Yeah!
It was fucking brutal, actually. That was a good line. That was one of the highlights of that match, honestly.
His rap was actually pretty good tonight. It was like topical and stuff. It was decent enough. They had a lot more swearing on this show.
Yeah,
tonight too. Did you notice a lot more like shit, ass?
Well, it's pay-per-view
stuff like that.
You can do shit like that on a pay-per-view. That's the whole point. Okay,
WWE doesn't though.
It's because they're not actually on pay-per-view. They're on a fucking network.
Yeah, they're a scam. What was it? The final fucking match, the main event, barbed wire.
Okay.
Exploding death match.
Now, we can't separate the ending from the match because the ending was the shits. It was the drizzling fucking shits. But, here's the but. I thought the match before it was fairly good. There was some stupid shit here and there, but I thought overall the explosions were good. I thought the ending as a whole was actually kind of bad, with the whole Good Brothers and the pacing of it was bad. But I thought overall the action was fun, and for a good chunk of it, I was really into it. And the build up to like the first hit was good, and the first couple of explosions was good. But this ending is so bad, it has ruined this match. It makes them look like they went through a fucking lot of shit. They went through a lot of barbed wire. It was actually a very brutal match, but this ending makes them all look weak sauce. It makes them look like fucking baby kids' toys playing pretend that they're hardcore. They're not. This is the kind of shit that kills a company. This is the kind of shit that ruins a thing.
Yeah.
This is like a fucking...
This was what I was really, really worried about with an exploding match, because, like, I've seen them in the past, and it was exactly what I expected it to be. It looked maybe a little better than some of the ones I've seen in the past. With some of the explosions looked okay. I thought the barbed wire baseball bat explosion spot looked okay. I thought some of the ones in the ropes looked okay. But the ones to the outside of the ring looked like shit. Looked terrible. Fucking mind trap activated one. I like this match, though. I like death matches. I like blood.
Yeah.
I like violence. I like hardcore matches. I really do. I like CZW a lot myself. But like the match was somewhat brutal, like they were bleeding a good amount, and it was way more than you're going to get at WWE. But to me, it's not like a super fucking bloodiest match I've ever seen level match.
No way.
And I needed it to be that to carry this show and save this show. It was still good enough for what it was. But I don't know. They had to, if they were going to do the final explosion, which they didn't have to do. They didn't have to do that. They could have just had, them set off all the explosives during the match. Because each one they set off during the match made the final one less. And I thought to myself the whole time, I'm like, well, are there explosives they're not telling us about that are going to send off if that happens?
Yeah.
The match ended without that, and I said, oh, okay, well, then they're not going to do that. And they start the countdown for like, it's going to explode.
And it went on for like 2 minutes. And there's beating him up, and they're handcuffing him, and it goes on forever. And there's this long build-up until you're building up in your head that it's going to be this fucking crazy explosion. And then they set off some sparklers.
Yeah.
It's just... And the thing is, I actually really liked this match up until the finish. But you know what? The finish is a big part of the match. It's actually, I don't know if it's the most important part of the match, but it's one of the most important parts of the match. And they fucked it up so bad.
I got a question.
I can't say the match was good.
I got a question. Why couldn't Omega have gone over clean as well? Why?
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand. I mean, Moxley can do a job to fucking Kenny Omega. Seriously. Just lose clean. And
well, you know what? The Good Brothers could have come down and handed him the exploding bat, and then maybe Moxley clears him out. He fucking clears him out, and then they have to go to the back, wherever. And then just Kenny and Moxley left. You could have a little bit of interference, and let the finish build to something else. That's fine. But the finish was the interference. And this is classic WCW shit. This is old school WCW, Hogan, NWO going over constantly. They're more interested in getting the angle and the group over than they are in getting the people over. And that's a problem. It's not how you book wrestling in this current year, man. It doesn't work.
I just don't know. It's just a bit silly to me, this finish, and
a little bit
silly. Eddie, the way Eddie comes dramatic. In makes it terrible.
Listen, I get the whole thing. Here's the deal. I liked actually a lot the Eddie coming out. He's like going to save his friend. He's going out. He dives on his friend to cover him, like fucking Funk did to Onita back in the day or whatever. They're parodying that finish of the Onita Funk match where Onita comes in and covers Funk to save him from the explosion, and that works as long as the explosion's dramatic. But even in the Onita Funk match, that explosion looks fucking crazy because there's smoke all over the ring. Like you shouldn't have been able to see the guys at all. It should have been mostly a smoke bomb with some sparkler effects, and it goes like pop, and then there's just these guys in the middle of the ring with flakes all over them. They're not actually
just smoke, and then it should cut to black. Then it should have just cut to black, and that should have been the end. It's like this counter's going for like 2 minutes going down, and nobody comes to save Moxley like for a long time. It was awkward. I was like, why is nobody coming to save him? Like, does he not have any friends? And I was like, well, I guess it's Moxley. He must just not have friends. But then Kingston comes down, makes the save, has a good about 30 seconds to pull him out of the ring.
Yeah.
And just like runs around the ring like a chicken with his head cut off as it counts down to 0. And it was stupid. He could have easily pulled him out.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. It was really, really retarded.
I get it. I mean, listen, I kind of know what you're saying, but that's not the problem. That is a problem. That's not the big problem, though. The problem, because you could argue probably that he couldn't lift him up. He was trying to wake him up and trying to get him to move and get him out. Maybe he couldn't drag him out or something. Whatever. He didn't have to get enough time to drag him out. Just trying to get him up, and as the clock was ticking, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna cover him and save him." That it's a little bit illogical, but I can handle a little bit of illogical thinking for my big dumb strong men. It's fine. The problem is selling that fucking bullshit explosion and pretending like it's death. It hurt both of these. It makes them look like fucking weak sauce losers. Because it's like a fucking sparkler went off near you. Like, I had a fucking firework shoot in my face over the 4th of July because I fucking put the mortar down wrong. And I was fine. I, like, walked it off like, oh, fuck, who cares? You know? Plenty of people have done that shit. People play with sparklers with their kids. They, like, fling them around. They know what this feels like. This isn't good. Fucking Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy shot Roman candles at each other's faces in a fucking final deletion match a couple of, like, 5 years ago. I've seen fireworks worse than this. This is a problem.
I don't know.
It's
They shouldn't have done this. I don't know what they were thinking with the final explosion, because they knew it would look like that, right?
Either that or if it was either A, they knew it looked like that, in which case they're retarded, or B, it was a botch, in which case they're fucking unprofessional. You know? Either
God.
way, it's bad.
If that was a botch, I mean, holy shit.
Like, did some of the explosions just not go off? Did some of the things just not happen? Right?
I mean, it was like they set up that there was going to be like 3 charges in the ropes and 3 charges outside the ring. But that was broken when, like, if you went into the ropes twice, it would explode twice. So I didn't understand, like, but I guess there was only those, like, 9 charges. So, like, 3 in the ropes each, and then, like, 3 sparklers outside. That was all the explosives that they had. And then by the time you got to the end of the match, there was only like 3 fucking.
Well, fuck the logic. Just put more explosives in there. Fuck the logic of it. Just put bombs in the shit.
That's what I'm saying. Just put a fucking ton of shit out there. Why can't they do that? Why? What was the issue? I don't know. It was consistent logically with the match that it was like that. It was shit. It was terrible.
No,
just have I liked the match.
I did like the match too. It's fucking retarded, but I actually liked the match. I just thought the finish was bad and it really hurt the company. I think it hurts. I think the match itself was good, but I thought the finish hurt the wrestlers and the company really bad. I thought it made John Moxley look like a fucking geek. Company looks either unprofessional or idiotic. Eddie Kingston looks like a fucking loser. The Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, the act didn't get much more over for me, but the match itself, for the most part, I really enjoyed.
For me, it was basically about 2 matches that we're entertained by, which was the street fight and the main event. Other than that, the card felt very dead to me and just not very good, not worthy of being on pay-per-view. That's a real shame, and I wish I hadn't have spent money on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, the next one is going to be Double or Nothing. I don't know if I should buy it or not, because it just seems like they're not giving people the value for their money, you know? I mean, you had, 3 matches you liked, really?
No, I liked a good chunk more than that. I liked the, I liked the tag team, the fucking tag title match. I liked the Battle Royale. I know you didn't, but I actually was enjoying with my friends. You know, we were just having a good time laughing, joking about it at the time. We had some beers. You know, at the time. We were enjoying ourselves watching it. It's more so than I actually enjoyed the match, but I had a good time with that. What's it called? Didn't like the women's title match. I liked Miro and Sabian, actually. I liked that match. I think overall, I thought the middle of the match wasn't very good, but I liked the ending a lot, and I liked the beginning a lot. So I thought I enjoyed that. And then I liked some of the stuff in the ladder match. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay, but I didn't hate it. I'm just ragging on it because I'm tired and I'm a little bit pissed off. And I actually really fucking liked the Sting match, the Darby Allin Sting match, and I enjoyed most. I was actually really fucking in love with the barbed wire death match until the finish, and that finish really hurts the whole show for me.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed more of the show than I thought I would. The show would have definitely benefited from having the Shaq match on it. That would have definitely elevated it to a fucking high level show, in my opinion. Because that Shaq match was fucking nice.
Are they going to continue to do Moxley and Omega? Like, are we going to have to see that again?
No. You know what they should do? They should do Shaq versus Omega and have Shaq win. Put Shaq over strong. Make Shaq the champ.
I'd be down for it. Be better than Arquette, right?
No. Arquette's a fucking great wrestler, man. I've seen Arquette wrestle. I've seen Arquette live. I paid to see Arquette live in a death match. That was badass.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
I totally did. You know the best death match I ever saw live was?
What?
It was Jimmy Lloyd versus fucking Masashi Takeda at Spring Break 3, I think it was, in New York. That was the fucking shits, dude. Oh my god. They took so many fucking crazy fucking light tube spots to the face. Oh, that was a fucking great show, man.
They should have brought out the light tubes for this match too. They should have had 450 light tubes around the ring. Fucking
yes. They should have
explosions.
They should have done
fucking light tubes.
They should have done moonsaults into the light tubes. They should have done fucking DDTs into the light tubes. They should have done a super kick party with light tubes and then no sell it, bro.
Yeah. No, you should have had. Oh fuck! Should have had the staple gun. Where was the staple gun at?
Yeah.
The dollar bills and the staple gun.
Yes.
Oh,
the fork, the Abdul the Butcher fork, right to the brain.
The fork. I don't know. Match was good enough. I thought it was a good main event. Just the explosion looked fucking stupid, and everything to do with the finish. From the Good Brothers to the fucking 30 seconds running around to selling that fucking explosion to that explosion existing. I don't know. It wasn't good. I thought Kenny should have probably just fucking won clean. Ended the feud. Moxley fucks off for a few months on his, like, isn't he having a kid?
Yeah, he's having a kid. He can go to Japan. He should go to work in Japan for a little while. He's got the U.S. title there. Maybe we should do some stuff with them for a little while, kind of like take a break. But, fuck it. The one thing with this match is, like, I thought that most of the explosions in the match looked very good, and this last one was bad. And maybe, it's whatever. Life moves on. I'll get over it. But, it's just disappointing. I want more out of life in this.
Oh, we better talk about Shaq quick. What did you think of the Cody and the Shaq?
It was excellent. It was awesome. I thought it was fucking great. Like, honestly, Shaq was fucking awesome. The pacing was great. Shaq won, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm very happy. And they're going to continue the feud. And what do you think? Who do you think kidnapped Shaq? Who kidnapped Shaq, bro?
Was it Shaq was kidnapped, or did Shaq arise like it was like the empty tomb, like Jesus? Did Shaq escape under his own power, or was he kidnapped?
I'd be okay with either one. Honestly, I think you know who kidnapped Shaq? I think it was Christian Cage. That's what it's going to be.
Oh no! Well, it might make sense. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't know. Dynamite this week might be pretty fucking good. I mean, we're gonna see some conclusions to some story stuff. I think with the Inner Circle.
Yeah, I think the card will be good. I'm gonna keep watching Dynamite because I enjoy it with my friends. It's something to do every week. I don't have the time or effort to dedicate to Raw, and it's really hard to watch SmackDown and not watch Raw, unfortunately, because then you're like only getting half the story. So I don't know. I watch sometimes SmackDown, but sometimes I don't because I don't like fucking watching Bayley. Bayley has such go away heat with me that I don't fucking want to watch the show because of her. It's enough. So AEW.
Well, Bayley's the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
No.
I mean, can you name a women's wrestler better than Bayley when you really think about it?
Yeah, I can. I can name a couple.
But what about Bayley versus Sasha Banks?
Kelly fucking Kelly.
What about Bayley versus Sasha Banks at TakeOver?
The girl who went down and gave me.
Wasn't that an amazing match? Wasn't that an amazing match at TakeOver though, bro?
Hey, listen, have you ever seen the movie? You ever seen the show The Sopranos? There's all those stripper girls in there. All of them. They're all better than Bayley. Do you want to know why? We got big junks, big hootas. Ooga. Adriana. Fucking Adriana with the fucking crazy ass tight pussy.
Bayley has a realistic female body and serves as a role model for young women because of that.
Yeah,
young women look at Bayley and realize that they can be positive about their body.
The ideal female role model: give yourself a concussion, act like a bitch on TV.
No, she's a sex positive icon.
She's not sex positive, bro. She's sex fucking.
She's sex
negative.
positive,
she's
bro.
She's like sex negative. She's like the opposite of like a magnet on sex. She's like sex is here is like a magnet. She's like being forced away. It's just like the south polarity. Like I can't touch the sex. She's an incel. Bayley's an incel.
Did you not see Bayley do the mean tweet segment on SmackDown this week?
No.
Did you not see her amazing segment where she pulled up the mean tweets about her and blew out the haters?
I did not see
Maybe
that.
you should tweet at Bailey and see if you'll be on the next segment of mean tweets. It was a great segment. It was a really great heel segment. You really ought to check out more of Bailey's work, and then maybe you'll appreciate it, bro.
I'm gonna fucking
Maybe
die.
you'll appreciate it, bro.
Hey, did you see? Fuck.
I'm fucking so hot. You know what I had today, Gahoole? My drug dealer brought me THC infused Sour Patch Kids.
What?
I ate those.
Jesus Christ! Why would you do that?
They're fucking weed edibles, but they're Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. It sounds awful.
They're pretty good. They taste just like Sour Patch Kids, but they get you high.
I don't do the weed, bro. That's disgusting.
You ought to reconsider it, Quentin. You ought to be cool.
Okay.
All the cool kids they're all doing drugs.
Wow. Maybe I'll start doing.
Maybe
drugs.
if you start doing drugs, maybe you'll get laid.
You're right. That's gonna get me laid, PPP. Because you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get really high. I'm gonna rape a woman.
You know, I had a girl in high school suck my dick for a gram.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah. I've seen girls give blowjobs for a fucking cigarette. RJ got a blowjob for a fucking cigarette in high school.
What the fuck?
Oh, women get real fucking desperate, especially when they don't have any fucking money and they need to do drugs.
What the fuck?
There's alternative methods, buddy. Just become a drug kingpin and a pimp. Keep your fucking flock of hoes around and smack up them hoes.
Okay, that's a great idea, actually.
Listen to the 12 King Pimp Commandments by Necro.
Speaking of hoes, PPP, I'm not sure if you were around. Did you see what I did last night on stream?
What did you do? What happened?
I went through my OK Cupid account. I went through all these profiles with the girls with the
Oh, you did? No, you didn't, bro.
And they told me who to like and who to pass, and they told me what messages to write to them. It was based.
Is this can I watch this? Is it on the channel?
My channel? It's on my channel. It's a fucking TV anniversary stream.
Oh, is that what okay, I'll have to check it out.
It's on. I can announce this for the first time. I have started my own Odyssey channel. So you should watch it on there. So I can, because I saw you automatically back up your YouTube channel. It's like, fuck yeah. No work involved. Just take my shit. Watch my stuff on Odyssey. And the stream's on there. So go watch it there. But you don't get the live chat. So watch it on YouTube, I guess. But it was a great stream, man.
I'll watch it on Odyssey. Who gets 20 cents a view or something?
Oh, that's based. I think I get like 0.37 a view because I got so many subscribers, bro.
Oh, they cut it down for you?
I don't know how much I get.
They've been diluting down the amount I've been getting. I've been sitting there watching my shekels slip through my fingers, wondering what happened. You know, I thought this would be my ultimate opportunity, but in fact, I made nothing.
Listen, the only thing about these, I don't care about making money. I'm not into making the money shit. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not a grifter, actually. Like, seriously, I don't care about making any money on this shit. I'm just happy. Odyssey seems like a fucking way better alternative to like any kind of bitch shoot or these other video hosting sites. It actually seems to work functionally, and it's got easy to upload features. It has a fucking easy to use mobile app. Like, honestly, it's fucking great. So
it actually does work, and hopefully they don't censor people. It seems like it's been good.
Yeah.
So far, it doesn't seem like you'll get taken down just for saying fag or something like you do on this piece of shit platform.
No, I mean, listen, I appreciate it. It's the kind of thing where it's like I can tell between a good one of these and a bad one of these. BitChute's a bad one. I don't have anything against the people who make BitChute, but the actual site's dog shit. The uploading style is fucking terrible. The search bar in Odyssey is bad, but I'm glad something like this exists. It's nice. It's easy to transfer from YouTube. And
search bar is better than fucking BitChute.
Oh, way better. Way better than BitChute. But, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy with it. It looks nice. So I'm going to keep... I mean, I got an auto set to back up my YouTube, so if my YouTube ever goes down, all my stuff's on there. So it's at GAHOOLE at Odyssey, so...
Oh, it's quite good, and you know, then you don't end up losing a bunch of videos when you get banned and shit like that.
Yeah,
so it's
I don't have
cool.
a lot of storage space, so I like to keep things online only right now. So, anyways, Yeah, go check out Austin. Were we supposed to talk about anything else on the Dynamite show besides Shaq's match? Like,
What was there?
I don't fucking remember. I don't
There
care.
was some stuff, I'm sure. Who gives a shit? We're gonna move on with our lives. I reviewed it. If you want to review it, a review of last week's AEW, it's on my Odyssey channel there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. If Odyssey ends up to be like some fucking crazy like crypto miner shit, I don't know. I don't know 100% everything about it, but I've got one. So come watch my shit on there. But if you go watch my OK Cupid stream from last night, it was base, bro. It was sick.
All right, I'll have to have a look at it.
It's
a good show.
It was a good.
It's
It was
gonna be a
probably
good
more fun
show.
live because you were fucking able to like tell me to do shit, and I would just doing it, bro. But
You're just doing it, bro. Did you end up getting laid?
no, I haven't got any messages back yet.
No.
Nothing back. It's disappointing, man.
Thought
Maybe
you would
next
get
week.
at least one result. Maybe you
Listen.
should do these streams every day.
That'll definitely get me laid. Listen, I asked these girls about the Gorduck and Tarkovsky's Stalker and like fucking these crazy anime stuff, and I
Those
asked
are
this
good
one.
openers.
There's this one like scene. It was like a fucking scene girl from like 2011. Like this girl straight out fucking like an emo scene girl from Hot Topic, and she's like planted herself in 2021. And I emailed her asking about if I opened with a Doug Walker quote and asked her if she got it because it was so random, bro.
You should have talked to her about Panic at the Disco, bro. Just go crazy for Panic at the Disco.
You're right. Okay, we should go. I'll let you sleep. Eat your food. I'm going to bed. I got to work tomorrow. We'll see you next week.
All right, well, I'll let you go.
Hopefully we can get fucking Godwinson on this fucking
Lots of show.
Lots of stream.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He tried to ask me to do it this week, but I was at work when he asked me, so I wasn't able to get back to him right away. So I feel bad, but I niggas got to work 9 to 5, man. I work at the 9 to 5. Got to make that buck.
Bro.
I can't.
Not to work in the 9 to 5, bro. You got to fucking start grifting the Odyssey, buddy.
Surfer, I work the 9 to 5. Man, like you get the real work. You have to work a real job like me, Surfer. I'm working that 9 to 5, bro. It's tough. Life's rough, man.
Yeah. Fuck, it's a tough go. No, I came in to say, that rabbit, I think a piece of it is the rabbit's head.
Yeah, or eating rabbit.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I didn't think its head would be on there, but I think a piece of it was its head. Like, I got its whole
Did
thing.
you eat its fucking face, bro?
No.
I don't know. Not yet. Maybe that's its head right there. I don't know.
Well, enjoy eating your rabbit head. Sounds great.
I'm not even going to eat it.
Surfer, tell him the story about how you got your dick sucked for a cigarette.
No, buddy.
I told him that happened. Did that happen, bro?
Yeah, that
It happened?
See?
Oh my god!
I don't know. I just came in here.
I told the whole to do drugs.
Wait, hold up, Surfer. Was it a Newport or a Marlboro? What kind of cigarette was it? Was it for like a Newport menthol or something? Like what was it for?
No, I think I gave her like a Canadian classic.
Wow.
Remember you gave me classic and like a cigarette?
I don't know.
What a great trade. What a cheap trade. Well, now I've learned from the master, and now I'll be a Chad overnight. It's over.
From the master.
The line will continue.
Fucking Zohan. That's how it goes for Chad. It's over, bro. All right, we'll let you go. God bless.
So long. Fuck.